Hi, Jules from Chart Your Legal today, here again. What I want to talk to you about today is what kind of reports you need for your property. Now, generally, you would want a building inspection report and you'd want a white ant report. Now, why would you get a building inspection report? Because if the house is quite old, it might have structural or maintenance. Now, I'm going to explain to you in some length the difference between structural and maintenance, because some people get confused and they get caught up in this. Structural is something that relates to the structure of the property, and it's going to go to what we call the root of the problem that could cause the house to collapse. Maintenance would be like something that just needs to be fixed because it's old, like for example a balustrade or something like that, or a broken windowsill. If it's structural, then the seller has a duty to fix it. And what I suggest you do is you'll get a structural report from a builder, and then you negotiate with the seller and get it sorted out. If it's maintenance, you're not able to do that because maintenance goes with the value of the house. So when you're having a look at a property and before you put in an offer, it might be wise to make a list of the possible items that might need repair. For example, eaves on the side of the roof, or leaking ceilings, or damp, and get an estimate of what it's going to cost you. So instead of putting an offer for $400,000, you go to the agent and say you're putting in an offer for $360,000 because it's going to cost you $40,000 to rectify the problem. The other report you need to get will be a white ant report. Now, every house in Western Australia has to or should have white ant sprays or inspections every year to check against these insects which can cause quite a lot of damage. I would suggest that as a matter of course that you get a white ant inspection report to see if there's been any activity prior to settlement, and obviously make the contract subject to a white ant report. Other than that, unless you're buying a commercial property where there would be contamination reports or the like, those would be the two standard reports. Obviously, if you're buying a property to subdivide or to build a commercial property, there would be other reports, but just for the purposes of this video and for discussion, those are the two main reports. I'm not saying it's an exhaustive list, and if you need more advice, please call me at Chart Your Legal and come and see me. But it's really important that you get those reports, because if they're not to your satisfaction, it's an out from the contract. Because if you make it unconditional, and or should I say with no report, and they're white ants, then you haven't got a white ants report, well, you've got no out from the contract.